knows my status, that it changes. It must alter things. It must alter their way, their view of me, I suppose.
Instead of welcoming me into their homes, they would always put others as top of the food pyramid, and because of lifestyle, they would make me feel second or third rate.
Lost some members of my family, haven't spoken to me since. That's okay. Yeah, well, we can't keep dwelling on it. And they never approached me about their issue. I did, but they just said, we want you to formally write an apology, because I told of an incident that we went to. It was the very first thing that ever happened to us. We went to a family function, and there was a table in the corner with plastic knives and forks, and that was for Stephen and I. We weren't to mix with the rest of the crowd at this restaurant.
As far as relationships on a romantic level or such, it hasn't happened.
HIV has affected my relationships. In the past, it's affected them in quite a negative way. I thought it would bring even me and my mum sort of closer together, but it didn't. My mum kind of just still wants to think that I'm dying when I'm clearly not.
I was thinking the other day, is that because of my HIV status? And I don't think it is. I imagine that for some people it could be, but for me it's not. It's just that I haven't met anyone that I really wanted to connect with.
Our personal relationship, Wendy and mine, I think it's impacted there from a psychological point of view, with affection and our sexual relationship between the two of us. I think Wendy's taken it a lot harder or made it a lot more complex than it needs to be made. It's as if it's I've picked this up through sex, so that's naughty.
I've been with my partner Michael for 5 years this year. When we first met, I'd had bad experiences disclosing it, but I didn't want to hide it, so I was very afraid, but I told Michael about it. And when I told Michael, I encouraged him to ask questions, and I probably gave him too much information. He's still here, he didn't run away. He's actually probably the first person that showed that he actually cared. And Michael's been accepting of it from day one. He comes to appointments and he's just there for me, and that means everything.
They had said, how did you get it? And we said, we don't know. I think I gave it to Stephen. I was overseas, had sex with the man, and unprotected sex. Stephen also had travelled and
Could have been one or the other, either or.
But we've been married for 32 years, and probably about 3 years ago in this conversation, he said to me after, I don't want you've been saying that all this time, that you think it was you. We don't know. And so I don't want you to say that, but I didn't realise that.
Once my marriage was ended, I had been on treatment and it had now finally become undetectable. I started meeting different people.
My sister's always been very prominent in my life. She's older than me, and so I did tell her within the first month of me being diagnosed.
My primary relationship initially was affected by my disclosure. This is before I knew that undetectable meant uninfectious.
Our relationship has been in a roller coaster because I have been struggling with my inner challenges, and this journey in our relationship has helped me grow as a person. To be more compassionate, to be more open-minded. And yeah, I love him deeply.
Looking back, I'd say that we wasted probably
5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years of our lives of not telling an awful lot of people and just shutting down as we had life sentence.
I've got a couple of really good relationships, and that's all that I need to look forward to the future. I've just left the negative experiences behind and trying to full steam ahead.